What's up, everybody? This is S Trades, and I'm gonna be doing a quick trade recap for today and yesterday. This video is actually gonna have was supposed to be uploaded yesterday, which was the 18th of March, but something happened with my editing app, and my video just kind of wasn't rendered good or something. I don't know. It was very laggy, so I apologize for that. But the video was supposed to be uploaded yesterday, but I'm gonna just remake it real quick, and I'm gonna just kind of go over it today and yesterday. So let's just get straight into the video. Today, if you guys don't know, today's the FOMC day. I didn't take any trades, and I don't think I'm gonna plan to take any trades at all today, because as you guys know, FOMC is the Federal Market Open Committee and Federal Open Market Committee. Sorry, and it gets really volatile during the actual news drop, but beforehand the AM session is usually very choppy, and price just doesn't really do anything or doesn't really go anywhere. However, today, this is kind of the price action today. It was actually pretty clean, and I was looking to take a certain setup right here. We had this 5-minute IFEG, but we dumped to the 30-minute and the 15-minute before we inverse, so I couldn't enter off of that. Then we had another 4-minute over here, and it also just left without us, so I was kind of just done. I didn't even want to risk anything. And a lot of people actually trade the FOMC, like after the news drop, after it settles, they look at some trades because the volatility picks up very fast. And historically, for me, I don't think I've won a singular day on the FOMC PM session, so I think I'm just gonna sit this one out. I'd rather just preserve my capital rather than trying to risk something and lose it and be mad at it. So today we had no trades, and I'm not gonna take any more trades for the day. And going into yesterday, right? Yesterday was a crazy trade that I took, because that might have been one of the most choppiest and the most emotional trade that I've actually been in. So let's just take a quick look at it, right? Just ignore all the drawings for now. But yesterday we opened up, right? We just kind of dumped, and we didn't have really any entries for this short. It literally just dumped, unless you just somehow saw it in high side and just shorted randomly and held it. But anyways, we dumped, right, and then we left this big imbalance, which was 1 hour, right? And usually what happens after a dump or a pump, it tends to retrace to the inefficiency. So that's the play that I was looking to get into. So in this case, I was just trying to catch a quick long back up to the 1 hour, and then there's like a little 15-minute over here, which is kind of the top, which is how I top ticked it, which is really nice. But anyways, right, so boom, we dump over here, right, and then eventually we took out all these lows, all the London lows, previous London lows and Asia lows. So we were kind of extended, and there's a for sure, like I was pretty confident that we're gonna get some sort of retracement, and this is kind of what we got here, right? So I was looking at some of the IFEGs, and you can see my checklist right here, which is kind of what my strategy consists of. So we had our higher time frame sweep, and we had our unfilled target, which was the hourly, and now we were looking for the highest time frame IFEG, and which is what it was over here, which was the 5-minute. Now the time was aligned sort of, because it was 11:15. I don't really consider trades past like 11:15, 11:10 A plus. This was like more of like a A trade, or like a B plus maybe. So anyways, I was looking at this 5-minute, right? Boom. The moment this 5-minute closed, I entered and I put my stop below this body's below the 5-minute close of the body. I didn't really like want to put it all the way to the wick, because that was a 70-point stop, and for me, if price kind of invalidated this zone, it would just straight up dump. So there was no reason for me to kind of extend my stop loss anymore. And let me just go on the 1-minute time frame, just so I could show you guys that this trade was freaking choppy as hell. Boom, we enter on the 5-minute IFEG, right, and then we eventually kind of just dump a little bit, just small retrace back to the entry. I was fine with that. And then right here we started to pump up, right? So right here I was pretty confident. I was like, all right, we're just gonna straight up go to our TP. This right here would have been my break-even point, so I was pretty confident. I was like, okay, yeah, we're kind of going up now, we're respecting this IFEG. Boom, we started to go up, make the legs up, and then we kind of just retraced a little bit again. So I was like, okay, it's whatever, we're just retracing again. Then we started to pump up again, in a very choppy fashion, okay? So now we kind of edged the break even, and I was like, oh my God, there's no way we're going to do it, right? So then, boom, what happens? We literally just start going lower after that. After edging the break even, we come so close to my stop actually was even a little more tighter. It was literally, like, if you guys watch my TikTok, link in the description, you guys could see my entries and where my stop loss was at. It was literally a tick away. So right here, price started to dump, and I was like at a 400, or I don't remember exactly how much I was at a loss. You guys can check out my TikTok. I was at a pretty decent loss over here, and there was no point of me closing the trade early, which I actually did want to close the trade early, but that was just straight up my emotions talking, which is why you guys can never act on your emotions. If you take your trade, if you set your stop loss, and if you say you take profit, do not touch it, do not move it. You have to accept the risk. This is the game of probabilities where you have to accept whatever risk that you put on, or else you'll never succeed, which is what I'm proud of here, because I was very emotional throughout this whole choppy trade. I wanted to exit like 10 times. I was literally so close on pressing that X button to close my position at a loss. But I asked myself a question of, would I be mad if I close this position at a loss, and then it kind of reversing right to my TP? And my answer was I would be very, very mad. So I was like, you know what? If I'll take the loss, I'll be less mad rather than if I closed it. And these are some of the questions that you guys have to ask yourself before entering the trades. Like, will I be mad if I enter this trade? Does this follow all my rules? Is this a high probability A plus setup? All these questions to kind of keep you guys in check, keep your psychology in check, because we're constantly battling out our emotions. We're constantly battling with our own mentality, with our own psyche. So you constantly have to keep yourself in check. So right here, right, we held this trade, and this was actually a very, very perfect bounce, because we made an SMT with ES. ES ended up taking this low, and it ended up taking the previous day as well. So this was a very good reaction. I really liked it, and I was pretty confident after this candle closed that we're gonna now head higher finally, right? So that's exactly what happens, right? We go straight up. We get break even once this level gets hit. So boom, now this trade is risk free. I'm not risking anything towards it, right? So then what? Oh, actually, so my first TP was gonna be over here, right? Yep, this is my first TP, which was the 1 hour fair value gap. Mind you, this is the 4 hour now that formed. So right here at this zone, this was the 1 hour. And again, we literally just edged our take profit. I was super emotional. I was like, I just want to close this trade. But again, once I set my take profit and my stop loss, I didn't want to mess around with it, because every time I do, I end up messing up. I end up either losing or I end up giving profits away. So I didn't even want to touch it, right? My stop was at a break even, so I didn't have anything else to lose anymore. So we edged our take profit. We kind of rebalanced again, and then eventually we hit our take profit. I took off 3 micros over here, and then I took the rest of the 2 micros all the way up over here, because there's another 15-minute that I was targeting. So yeah, that was it pretty much. That was a quick trade recap for March 18th and 19th. This was a really good trade for me to kind of just see and test my emotions and my psychology, and I'm really glad and proud of myself that I actually held through all of this chop. And as you guys can see, the rest of the session was absolutely cooked. So anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys got some value out of these trade recaps, and this is just kind of to show you guys the process of how I take the trades, what I think about before entering them, and just in the middle of the trades. So go ahead and like the video, guys, comment if you guys have any questions, and follow my TikTok, and I'll see you guys in the next video.